Your prospects are literally telling you that they want to buy from you, but most salespeople miss these signals. I'm talking the kind of signals that could accelerate your deal by weeks or even months. And stick around, because I'm going to share the #1 buying signal that most sellers actually think is a bad thing. Look, we've all been there. You're sat on a call with a prospect and you're not sure if they're actually going to buy or if they're just wasting your time. The thing is, they're probably already telling you exactly where they stand. You just need to know what signals to look out. Here's the thing that most sellers get wrong. Difficult, challenging questions are actually a strong buying signal. You might be thinking, oh, they're pushing back really hard. But here's what's actually happening when someone is challenging you on pricing and saying, this is a lot more than what we're currently paying. They're not trying to get rid of you. They're trying to convince themselves to buy. People who aren't serious about buying don't waste their time with detailed questions about pricing or implementation. They just say, interesting, we'll think about it, and then they disappear. But when someone grills you about timelines or asks about your worst customer experience, they're just doing their due diligence and actually trying to work out if it's going to be a fit for them. So here's how you approach that. Don't get defensive, and instead answer with something like, that's a great question. That's the exact kind of question that I'd be asking if I was doing my due diligence. You're acknowledging their concerns and showing them that you're taking them seriously. Okay, here are the top 5 verbal buying signals. #1, they start talking about budget. But here's a nuance that most people miss. It's not necessarily talking about the numbers themselves, but how they talk about the budget. If they say, we don't have budget for this, that's not actually negative, that's neutral. They're telling you that there's a process for these things. But if they say something like, we typically spend X to achieve this kind of thing, now you're onto something. And when they start talking about payment terms or implementation costs, they've moved from a should we do this to a how do we make this happen. Here's your move. Don't jump straight to pricing. Instead, ask questions like, have you ever made an investment like this before? You're looking for information on their buying process, not the payment itself. You want to know who's involved, who needs to approve it, where the budget comes, and what you need to do to make the sale happen. Signal 2, they're willing to schedule meetings and actually show up. But here's what separates great sellers from the rest. It's not just that they're willing to show up to a meeting, it's the type of meeting that they're willing to show up to. Anyone will show up to a 15-minute quick chat, but are they willing to block out an hour for a demo deep dive? Or even better, are they saying things like, hey, let's get Sarah from finance on the next call so you can take her through this too? Your response? Don't just schedule a meeting, ask them, what would our next conversation give you that's going to bring you the most value? This forces them to think about what would move the deal forward and positions you not just as a seller, but as a strategic partner. #3, they reveal genuine pain points and genuine needs. But here's the thing, surface level problems aren't the real buying signals. The messy, embarrassing details that are actually going to move your deal forward. Anyone will tell you, we need better reporting. But are they going to tell you something like, our CEO asked me to pull the numbers last week, I couldn't do it quickly and it made me look bad? That's the real buying signal. It isn't just that they have a problem, it's that they're willing to admit that they have a real human and business cost of that problem. That's when pain becomes urgent enough to justify a change. Here's how you respond. Don't just immediately pitch your solution. Instead, ask questions like, what's the problem if this doesn't get fixed? Or how is this affecting processes? You're looking for the emotional driver behind the logical need. That's what's actually going to get the deal done. #4 is that they're willing to share real insights about their business. But it's not just that they're willing to share insights, it's the type of insights that they're willing to share. Everyone will tell you about their company size and the basic challenges that they're facing. But what you really want to hear is when they start sharing things like internal politics or previous implementations that didn't go well. For example, if you hear something like, last time we tried to implement something like this, it went terribly because IT didn't buy in, or something like that, that lets you know that they see you as a potential partner and not just another vendor. And the advanced signal, that's when they ask for your opinion on a specific subject. For example, what do you think about X? Or how would you handle Y? They're not just sharing problems anymore, they're testing your expertise. Your next move here is crucial. Don't just give generic advice. Ask follow-up questions that demonstrate that you understand their business. For example, when you say IT didn't buy in, was that a resource issue or was that a strategic disagreement? This shows that you're not just listening, you're thinking about their specific situation. And finally, #5, a signal that's hiding in plain sight, it's response time. And it's not just that they respond, but how quickly they respond relative to their normal communication. For example, if someone's typically been taking 2 days to respond to your email, but suddenly they get back to you in 2 hours, that demonstrates a priority shift. It means that your solution has moved up on their mental list. But here's the thing, don't just look at email response time, look at how quickly they provide information that you request, how quickly they loop in other stakeholders, and how urgently they schedule next step. The pro move, match their sense of urgency without seeming desperate. If they're responding quickly, you respond quickly. If they're bringing urgency into the process, match their urgency. This all works together to create positive momentum. Buying signals are everywhere in your sales conversations. The difference between top performers and everyone else, they know how to spot the subtle ones and respond in ways that keep momentum going rather than killing it. Remember, challenging objections aren't a bad thing. They're just doing their due diligence. Budget talk means that they're getting serious, and transparency means that they trust you. Master these signals and you'll start closing deals faster than ever. If this helped you identify some signals that you've been missing, hit like and subscribe for more videos on sales tactics that actually work.